Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. So, on the first April 9th of the month, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And did you find it to be a glorious April 9th crossword?
I would give it a 5-star.
Ooh, okay.
As comparison to the theme clues, which were only like a 3.
Oh, gotcha.
I thought that was hysterical.
Yes.
I really thought it was a funny theme. It made me laugh. Oh.
Why don't you talk about that theme then?
Okay. All right. Well, the theme was about those ratings when you're asked to rate something between 1 and 5, with 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. And a person gives it a 3. I have always wondered, what does a 3 really mean? But in the case of this crossword puzzle, it means some pretty funny puns. So the first one was 19 across, a 3-star review of a cocktail shaker. And that was mixed results. Mm-hmm. Or 25 across, a 3-star review of Battleship. And that was hit or miss.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
40 across, a 3-star review of a no-stress class. Passable. And then, a 3-star review, 51 across, a 3-star review of Tulsa. This was my favorite. It's just okay.
Yes.
Very funny. And then finally, 60 across, a 3-star review of the Friday before Easter. Good, not great.
Yeah.
Just very good.
Yes.
So I give them a 5-star review.
I completely agree. And the rest of the clues were good too.
There were a lot of really funny ones, yes.
I loved 4 down. No man has a good enough blank to be a successful liar. The answer was memory.
Yes.
And that was by Abraham Lincoln.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
What a brilliant observation.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm.
10 across caused a little difficulty for me. It was dried chili pepper. And
ancho.
It was an ancho. And I had a vague idea that it was starting with an A, but even after I had the A and the N, I still couldn't put it together. I'm not a big anchovy fan.
Uh-huh.
So, but I managed to sort of muddle through there.
Very good.
Part of the problem was 12 down. In the middle of ancho, actor Sprouse of Riverdale, Cole.
Cole Sprouse, yes.
You say that like you know Cole Sprouse.
I've heard of him, yes. He's an actor.
Okay, thank you for
it. He has a twin brother. They used to be on, on a kid's show. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for identifying the gender, because I wasn't even sure about that.
Uh-huh. My favorite of all was 22 down. Sage-colored sage. Yoda.
Yes.
I thought, what is that? I was trying to think of, various colors of plants, like a sage. What would be a sage plant? And I thought, well, sage is an herb. What other herbs are in the sage family? But anyway, turned out to be Yoda.
Yeah. That was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there we had 33 down, 1 getting good marks. Con artists.
Yes.
That was also nice.
Very good too.
Not as good as Yoda, but still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we had 61 down. I love 61 down. Pub that predicted it would take 1 to 10 million years to invent a flying machine 2 months before the first airplane flight. NYT.
Yep.
The New York Times botched that one. They've probably been covering the aviation industry very closely ever since to try and atone.
Yep.
One of the things I found interesting, so 13 down was address opener, and I thought that was going to be attention, ATTN.
Oh, me too.
But it turned out to be HTTP.
Right.
But to my pleasure, ATTN appeared as 54 across, subject line abra.
Yes. Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah. It's like, I got to get that ATTN in there somewhere. I crave the attention of ATTN.
I thought one interesting fun fact was 49 down. LeVar, who hosted TV's Reading Rainbow for 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that was LeVar Burton.
Right.
Who did a great job with that show. I just, he could have just maybe rested on his laurels after Star Trek, but he joined Reading Rainbow, and now, like, every millennial knows him.
Is that still on, by the way?
I don't know. I don't think so, but if it is, apparently it's hosted by somebody else. But that's a long time to be on a show.
That is
3 years.
That is true. Mm-hmm. He must have liked it.
Well, he did a really good job. So.
38 across was pens, and the answer was authors.
Right.
I was not ready for that.
Yes.
Eventually.
Pens can be a verb.
Right. And then 34 down, stereotypical monocle wearer, aristocrat. I love that. I got to get myself a monocle so I can look like Mr. Peanut.
I was going to say.
Or let's see.
The guy in Monopoly.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Well, as you know, my namesake is John Astor, so I think the monocle would be extremely apropos.
Yep.
Okay, 66 across. Starbucks drink made with olive oil, OLEATO. Mm-hmm. Boy, that sounds bad.
I know. I wouldn't want to try it.
Oh, so, okay. I guess that answers my next question. You have not.
No.
I wonder if anyone who's listening has.
Starbucks comes up with all these drinks that aren't really coffee. It's a coffee shop, and they sort of come up with all these drinks that really don't have any coffee in them. And I think that's one of them. So, they can appeal to non-coffee drinkers, I guess. But.
Well, apparently they don't like non-coffee drinkers because they're offering them drinks with olive oil. Maybe it's not very much. I mean,
probably not.
I would think if you gave someone a quart of olive oil, you might kill them.
No, olive oil is one of those good fats, right?
Not if you drink it. I'm pretty sure that drinking it...
I'm pretty sure it's probably a minimal amount.
Right.
Just enough to give a little olive oil taste.
Probably just enough so they can say it's in there.
Yep.
They break out the old hypodermic and inject like a cc of olive oil. That would be fine. 59 across, source of smoke for a model volcano, dry ice.
Yep.
Did you ever make a model volcano?
Oh, I remember in science class we did that, yes.
Was dry ice involved?
It was.
Okay.
It was. And we made the volcano out of paper mache. And we all worked on it. And then, yes, our teacher brought in some dry ice and then I think poured a little water on it and it just...
Wow.
Made our volcano explode.
And I bet there were peals of childish laughter everywhere.
Well, it was a group project. I mean, it was a class project. So, Yep. Mm-hmm.
I liked 67 across. 67 across. I'm sorry, let me try that one more time. 67 across. M&M color replaced in 1995. Tan.
Yes.
Do you miss tan?
No.
I miss tan.
Oh, no.
I think it should make a comeback.
You don't even eat M&Ms, so...
I guess I'd prefer beige over tan, but there's really not much difference.
I think they got rid of brown, too. Right?
Did they?
Yeah, they're all
what do you
primary
mean?
colors now.
What about chocolate? I mean, isn't there just ordinary chocolate M&Ms?
Well, they're all chocolate, but they have different colors on the outside. Oh, but I guess I'm sure they got rid of brown too.
I'll go study my vending machine tomorrow and see what it's got to offer. So 46 across, we shouldn't forget that one. Like a step in the right direction, east.
Yes, that's a good one.
We had 65 across, opposite of forward, reply. That was subtle.
Oh, yeah, it took me a while. So this whole puzzle took me a while. It was a good challenge. It was a little harder than a typical Wednesday.
Yep.
But so fun. It was such a fun puzzle.
Even 54 down, a city scene in Instagram. I was like, what's that? It was Agra.
Yeah.
Because there's Agra in Instagram. It's just like, wow. This was by two, I'm assuming, teenagers.
No, they're college students.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. They were best friends in high school. And
okay.
Now they're in college, and they used to solve the puzzles. I was reading about them in Wordplay. They used to solve the Friday and Saturday puzzles together, and then they decided they would do one together. One of them, I think, has done several.
Yes, Aidan DeShong has done 3, and Orrin Hartstein has done 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They always have a little interview-like thing with them. It sounds like they'd be kind of fun people to get to know. So
yes,
they have a very interesting sense of humor.
Right. The only reason I mentioned teenagers is that on Expert Info, Jim Horn said that Orrin joins Aidan on the teenage constructors page. Oh. So I'm not sure what his definition of teenage is, but
well, I think they're freshmen, so maybe they're just 19.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, it was a great crossword.
Yep.
Nicely done, gentlemen.
Very good.
That is it for today, then. So a reminder that our Triplet Tuesday contest is coming up next Tuesday. So start practicing.
Yep.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that before next Tuesday. Apart from that, we will be back again tomorrow with our cutting edge analysis of Thursday's crossword.
Bye-bye.